Hey, what's going on, everybody who is live right now? I appreciate you guys 120%. My name is Drew, and I have a special guest with me who was actually with me right now. She literally just dropped off, but I will be introducing her as soon as she comes back on live with me. It's going to be someone you've seen before in the comment section, been very engaged, and I want to introduce to you who that person is as soon as she comes back. But before we get started, you know how we do. It's going to be the usual, how you can, at any level that you are as a marketer, can be using this particular software, which today we're going to be talking about MarketerMagic and the beauty of how it's like an all-in-one type of situation. And so what we're going to be doing is going to be showing you how, no matter what level you are, because last week we had Shane, who's a boss and killer at the bots, but this week we have a special guest, and I want to introduce you to her because she's just back with us now. And this is Miss Tracey Williams. Tracy, say what's up to everybody and the whole family.
Hi, everyone.
All right. And Tracy is going to be our person who's going to be on the hot seat today. We tried to get her connected on the computers, so we had a little technical difficulty, but she's on her phone, which is so far so good. So if she drops out, we'll just give her an opportunity to come back in. No problems, no harm, no foul. I just really appreciate her allowing us to use her as a volunteer to come in and, giving of her time and her expertise to just share with you her experiences and the questions I'm about to be asking her. Okay. So now at this time, before we get started with a few house rules, I want to let you guys know that if you guys are logging in right now, what you will be seeing or should be seeing is a notification where it says get all notifications. What this allows you to do is going to be allowing you to stay connected whenever we go live, and it lets you know that we are live. And so that way, all you have to do is just click the notification from Facebook, and then you will be notified the next time we go live. All right. And of course, as always, we offer the opportunity to be in the running for Kevin David's most popular best-selling book internationally, and it is The Unfair Advantage, the Underground Blueprint, the exact blueprint that he has used to mass companies to go beyond $10 million. And he'll tell you himself all that he's been able to accomplish by doing so. So with that, how do you enter? It's as simple as this, okay? Here are the ground rules. So how to enter the giveaway is you give this a like, wherever you're watching from, give this video a like. Also type in #live or #replay on the replay, so that way we know when you are watching at what point. And ask questions and get engaged in the chat, because this way we'll know who's really serious and who's really in it to win it. All in. And that's it. You're entered to win. And that is all we ask of you. All right. And so now I'm going to get Tracy back online, and we're going to get her here in a second. Let me put all these windows down so everyone can see everybody. All right. So Tracy.
Yes.
All right. I want you to, and you guys know me, I'm Drew. I want you to tell the people a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and so that way they can get a feel for who you are. I'm sure they know you already.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Tracey Williams. I've been part of the MarketerMagic family since the 4th of November. And prior to that, I have been sort of providing business support to small companies and local business in my area and within my region. I've been writing business plans and providing business support to them for so probably over the last sort of 6 to 7 years. Prior to that, I was sort of always in senior HR management. So my passion's always been around people, always loved business, but always knew that I wanted to be my own business owner and run my own business. And I knew that I wanted to run it from home, from my laptop. And I have a small child, so I just want to be able to be there for him in every way possible, at the same time being able to run my own business and provide for both of us.
That's amazing. Yeah. And just knowing, and one of the reasons why I'm so happy that Tracy has agreed to join us on here, guys, is that what we really want to do is put out the message that you do not have to have any particular special expertise to be able to run an agency, or to be able to use MarketerMagic in any facet or any way you need, because MarketerMagic is not just for agencies, as you'll soon find out. It's also for just how to generate leads in any type of way possible. It doesn't matter if you're real estate, doesn't matter if you're, if you're in the insurance space. MarketerMagic literally gives you shortcuts on how to, target the people you need to target, get straight to the business without having the runaround. All right. And so, Tracy, so you said that you're working with, creating business plans and such like that. So you haven't done any type of digital marketing in this facet, in this form before?
No, I hadn't done any digital marketing. I suppose writing business plans, I'm aware of the different platforms that you could use, but it's only once I started to receive the training that I started to get to a really deep understanding of it all. So yeah, it's just been literally amazing, because the knowledge that I've then acquired, that I've been able to pass on and use with my clients, that could then convert them into digital marketing clients, has been amazing. So I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. The volume's gone. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, no. Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'll log out and log back in. Okay.
All right, I just switched over my audio. I'm not sure if anybody can hear me. You can hear me now? Okay, can everybody else hear me now? Because I heard Ahmed says sound is gone. Let me see if that fixed it, because I just switched over my audio to something else.
I can hear you perfectly.
So they're saying they can hear you, but they can't hear me. And that's Al Tucky.
No.
Interesting. Okay, so they said they can hear you, Tracy. Okay, they can hear you. And then somebody says, now it's good. I guess they can hear me now. If you guys can't hear me, try refreshing your page if you can't hear me. Let me see if there's any issues here. Okay, they said it's good now. So we're gonna continue, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now they can hear us both. Perfect. Woo! All right, and Lewis jumped in here and said, you sound good. Yeah, technical difficulties is fine. We're live. We know how this can happen. It's all good. All right, so I was in the mode of asking Tracy some questions, and Tracy, just at any time, feel free to ask questions back. This is what we're here for, and this is what the community is about. And you guys continue asking your questions as well. We're going to be getting to those as soon as possible, so that way we can make sure that you get what you need out of these lives. All right, and so what has your experience been like since you coming from the background that you have? Working in the actual corporate side of things, what has your experience been with MarketerMagic, especially with your brand new introduction with digital marketing and such?
Okay, so with MarketerMagic, suppose how I use the system, I would always research my niche. So the niches that I've downloaded, if you were to look at my screen, are real estate, dentist, and plastic surgeons. I think that those three niches are is that you can go for the kind of lowest hanging fruit with them. They make lots of money. You can kind of make your money back pretty soon after, you know, if they, in terms of investing in myself. So I downloaded those. I download it into an Excel spreadsheet, and then with that Excel spreadsheet I start to kind of go through each one. I check the website, make sure that there's no pixel installed. If there is a pixel installed, I always highlight it red and kind of move on to the next one. And then when I'm actually going to actually start contacting them, I would check their Facebook page or whatever social media they have, just to kind of.
Before we get to you contacting them, right? So,
Okay.
so your experience in general, though, has it been a smooth one? I think we just lost her again, but she'll pop back up. I'll just wait for a second. In the meantime, I'm going to see what kind of comments we have here for you guys. And I see Tracy coming back up again. Yeah, we lost you for a second, which is,
Yeah, sorry, I'm not sure what happened.
It's all good.
So before I get to contacting them.
Yeah, so before you got to contacting them, I was asking to make sure that your experience with MarketerMagic, right? Has it been one that was easy to kind of learn, the learning curve? Because I know a lot of people are just kind of worried about the software itself.
Yeah, no, the software is brilliant. So what's great is that you've got the Marketer University. So that was the first place that I started. I listened to everything twice. The first time I just listened without taking too many notes.
Yep.
The second time I took more notes and I started to implement along the way. What I did as I was implementing, I practiced using MiniMe, or like to make the link shorter. So I started there. I also practiced using live pics.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was so funny. I did actually use it, and I did actually send it to a client. But I hate taking pictures, and this is outside my comfort zone, as you know.
Yeah.
But I tried it just to see how it worked. I saw how many times someone might have opened the link and stuff like that, so I checked all of that out. I also used is it no live pick? Yeah, I used live pick. But ManyLeads has been the main tool. It's been really easy to use.
Yeah.
The information's easy to download.
Yep.
I literally followed everything that Kevin went through on the video and just practiced it the second time round, and then kind of got comfortable with what I wanted to use it for initially. And for me at the moment, it's ManyLeads, but knowing that I can shorten the links using the MiniMe.
Yeah.
And I also shortened the link and I put the actual contact name in there, so that it was like, if it was like Sarah Smith, I had MiniMe Sarah Smith kind of thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I did all that.
Added that personal touch. And then again, these are all like the tips you learned from like the videos. And guys, the reason why I'm so excited that Tracy is explaining what she is explaining, and literally we were just getting online 10 minutes before going live. So these are not like pre-programmed questions or anything like that. It's kind of like hitting her with these questions raw. And she's a beginner. Like for those of you out there who are beginners, I see Zaka Sayad. He says, I'm still a beginner and has some questions, asking questions. Tracy is the same. The reason why we're so happy to have Tracy on board, because she's not only a beginner, but she's also taking action as a beginner. Her background is nothing with digital marketing, per se, like in this facet. She was doing business planning work, and now she's transitioning over, but using MarketerMagic is one of her sole tools to do so. And so the tips that she's sharing with you is things that she's actually still doing, and we'll get into that a little bit more. But she, as a beginner, has taken the steps initially to reach out to these clients to make sure that she's, picked a niche that she's comfortable with. And like you said, you tried multiple tools, and your favorite again was
ManyLeads.
ManyLeads, and of course, and ManyLeads giving you, and you've seen us go through ManyLeads multiple times to show you exactly how to find those target people that you want to hit with emails or social media, because ManyLeads pretty much brings all that down into separate categories, so that way you can do so cleanly. And also, like you said, downloading that export, that Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's so useful, because you don't have to. It's what I found trying to do it manually is that you've got to extract all the different bits of information, type it into the Excel spreadsheet and all this sort of stuff. But literally, once you click on all, it downloads everything for you. So all you're going to do is kind of like, customize the boxes, or maybe add a couple of lines for your comments and and contact information, that sort of stuff. But it's all done for you, so it's absolutely amazing.
I love it. Awesome. Okay. And using the tool now, what have you gotten done so far to date? And I know, and guys, by the way, Tracy, whether you believe me or not, Tracy was a little nervous coming on live today, and I told her she'd do an amazing job. So please send her some love in the comments. Let her know she's doing an amazing job. She's like professional at this, and she doesn't even know it yet. So please let her know that she's doing an awesome job. When doing this, where are you at right now with looking for clients and such? I know you said you were you sent out some emails, you did your mini leads and such. So let us know.
Okay, so I have I downloaded specifically real estate agents for my area. I've contacted the ones that were relevant to me. I did arrange a meeting, with a. Are you all right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I arranged a meeting with
What
one
if
of
there
the real
was a
estate
single
agents.
platform you could rely on for what is most important, maximizing?
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Yeah, so I arranged a meeting with a local real estate agent. I went down there with a proposal. Actually, it was more a case of I went down there with some notes around how I can help them. I met with their team. I explained, and talked about how Facebook advertising could help their business and that sort of stuff. And for me, it was just a matter of getting the experience of contacting these companies sort of cold. So I spoke to them via telephone and email. We went down and arranged a meeting. So I've had a couple of those. And I've just continued to contact companies, to be honest. I had a bit of a break because of Christmas. So on
Yeah.
the other side of Christmas, I kind of started to follow up on some that I'd phoned before. Some of them are wanting to kind of find out some more information. Um, and I'm reaching out to people via LinkedIn as well. So where I found them on ManyLeads, I've then gone over to LinkedIn, done a search for the company, found the employees, and then kind of connected with the MD or the owner.
Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Taking literally matters into your own head. She has the Jen mentality, which is Google it now. She didn't let any of that stop you. So you went to LinkedIn, hunt them down, figured out who the doctor was. Like, this is what you need though. Like, seriously, like as an entrepreneur, any roadblocks, one of you guys like downloaded something from ManyLeads, which I'll show you an example in a little while from now, how to download the leads, just like Tracy has mentioned to you guys. That's what you heard, that noise in the background. It's the website. I was getting ready for you guys. But, taking that step, that roadblock could have been like, oh man, I don't know how to reach this doctor because there's information to pop up of ManyLeads. No, you have the social media, you dig into that, you figure out where they're at. Like, if you really want your clients, you can get it, essentially what you're saying.
Yeah. And also using the contacts box on the actual websites as well. So I'd kind of get them by email, get them on the contacts, get them by LinkedIn. Yeah.
Do you create like a master book or master list to keep track of the clients you reached out and kind of create your own CRM?
I use the spreadsheet.
Oh,
So
amazing.
so on the spreadsheet, I just make a note on there to say, what date I've contacted someone and what the outcome was and that sort of stuff.
Amazing.
Spreadsheet, yeah.
Like, your hustle is like contagious. I really, really, really appreciate
Thank you.
doing that. Let me see if there's anything else as a beginner that you maybe felt like you can help some of the other beginners who are hearing you and listening to you right now, who are actually at the point of talking to clients. I know some of you guys are afraid to take that leap, right? And all she did was download the ManyLeads. She figured out her niche and she knew exactly where she wanted to target, but thing is she took action. So what were some road barriers that you came across that you just kind of plowed through?
I think that one of the main things I'd say is like not to take things personal. Don't take things personally. Like if someone says no, so what? There's like so many more people to phone. Like don't worry about it. And it's all experience. So just make the first call and take that first step. And I think that sometimes it's going to depend on your preference. So some might prefer email, so you might choose to kind of send some out via email and see what response you get there. But at some point, you're going to have to start making calls. So don't, you know, take rejection as a bad thing. Take it as a learning situation.
Yeah.
What I did as well, I set up a folder purely devoted to MarketerMagic, if you like, or to my MA business, my business. And what I did, I've got the scripts and everything in there, so that if I'm making calls, everything's to hand. So I've got it there as a guide, and I use the email templates as a cold calling script as well to kind of help me
Awesome.
initially, and then you kind of start to make it your own. Also, have a look, do a little bit of research on each of the companies before you phone them, so that you can kind of give them a compliment about the website, or you know, just notice something personal about it, so you can kind of help to break down barriers. So those are the sort of things that I've done to kind of get started with the phone calls initially.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, love it. You guys continue asking Tracy any questions while she's still here. I also had a question. Did you use the approach of, you know, some of us have used the videos of doing the Loom videos. I'm not sure if you mentioned that already. Yeah, the Loom videos. So the Loom videos, yeah, because I was, the Loom videos, I promise you, is probably one of the most effective.
Well, I've only used, how many did I do? I did two Loom videos, and then I did 2 face-to-face, like on the camera ones, and then I did 2 without the camera. So just to kind of practice them out, and I didn't follow up on them, so sorry, I didn't follow up. But I just wanted to practice doing it. So it's something that I'll do for the high profile clients. It's something that I want to use for them.
Yeah.
The ones that are not so high profile, I'll probably just make a call. And if I want to kind of just hit some of the smaller ones, then I'll just send emails initially. But I think it's a bit about testing, because some people prefer to receive the email. Because I've seen some of the posts from other members, and there was one person that had commented that the business owner was saying thanks for sending the email. They preferred the email rather than being phoned. So it's just interesting to kind of see what's getting traction. But I think for those that I'm quite keen on, I'll phone them, and those that are really high profile, then I'll use Loom, you know, and Live Pick, just to kind of, you know, for that extra, like for the big bucks.
Yeah, extra personal touch, and that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel that. All right, so at this time, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to share my screen, and so that way you guys can see how, you know, Tracy and how MarketerMagic works with, you know, creating that ManyLeads after you just picking your niche, right? We're just going to pick a random niche. If you guys have a niche you want me to look up real quick, put it in the comment section. If not, I'll come up with one myself. Give me a sec while I share my screen, okay?
Real estate is a popular one that I hear in the group.
Yeah, I think I have a few old past searches. Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now?
I can't.
Can't? Okay, let me see if okay, there we go. Let me see. I'm going to put it up as the solo. Boom. All right, now can you see my screen just fine? Everybody can see it? Can you see it? Tracy, can you see my screen? Okay, awesome, guys. So everyone can see my screen. All right, so here we are in MarketerMagic. I just logged in. What I'm going to go right now is go to ManyLeads, and ManyLeads is going to load up here in just a sec. And what I want to do is, let me see. This may be my other account. Let me see if I can switch up real quick. One sec. I'm getting my good one. Actually, that should be the good one. Let me see a sec. Because I have two separate accounts. So I just want to make sure you guys are looking at the one I need right now. So Mr. Nope. Okay, then Hold on, bear with me real quick, guys. I want to make sure I log into the right account here. Wow. All right, so I'm just gonna log into this account. I'm not sure if it's gonna allow me to do a new search, but we're gonna go ahead and go to ManyLeads here. And ManyLeads is going to pop up. So normally what you'll be able to do is create a new campaign. This one, I don't have any more credits to do another research, but let's see what happens if I try to create a new campaign. All right, so it's gonna ask me to do that. But what happens is, so I earlier, it's gonna be an older one, I looked up how, real estate in the area closer to where I was at, where I'm at right now. And this is an older search that I've done, right? So once I click on here, you're gonna be able to see what I was able to see at the time of this search. So I typed in real estate, I typed in the city and state that I wanted to look it in. And now that it's processing the list that I had, this particular city had only two people when I typed in real estate, okay? Which means I had a bunch of other cities that I could test out. And this here is where you'll get this list. What you'll be able to see right now, like number one, you'll see that Laura Fowler, she has an email here. I have the phone number here, and then I also have the address here. And then you can also see their social media account, right? You'll be able to see right now if they have a social media account, which is their Facebook. You click on this, it'll take you straight there. If they have Twitter or if they have Instagram, like this person does down here. This next line is also super important. This is the Facebook pixel. This is where you get to target the people and get them in there through the door. Just let them know, hey, I noticed that you didn't have a Facebook pixel installed. I can help you to do this. Surely if you want to connect on a call really quickly, or you can just say this is one of the services that you offer, So these are certain ways you can kind of get their attention by knowing or not if they have a Facebook pixel, okay? And then you can also send automated email messages directly from ManyLeads directly to them by selecting the boxes here, and then you can say click send email, okay? And once you click send email, it's not allowing me to do it now, but when you click send email, you'll be able to type in your personalized message and send an email directly to them from this list right here. Or what you'll be able to do is be able to select the contacts you want, right? If it's everything, you can click just the top box and it'll select all. And then you can download or export to a CSV file, like Tracy had mentioned, where you can have it on Excel spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet, whichever makes you feel comfortable. And there is where you'll be able to maneuver some of the information, add information as you explore their website. For example, if I click Facebook here right now, it's gonna take me to her Facebook page, or the Facebook page that they have on their file right now. And you can see that this is the Facebook page that it takes me directly to, all right? And then you can go back now and see, okay, well, she has a Twitter account as well, and you can contact them there, okay? And then you can also contact them through email. So if you don't have an email, contact them through Facebook. And if they do have an email, you can both contact them on their email and through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, whichever you seem fit. So testing is where you're gonna be able to win with this. And once you download the CSV file, which is not gonna allow me, obviously, once you download the CSV file, you can organize the information however you want, so that way it's easier for you to read or easier for you to keep track of the people that you have, done the work to research and find, okay? So that was what I wanted to show you there. Let me see if I can get Tracy back up here in a hot second. 1 second. Hold on one bit. Yeah, here you go. And that's what I wanted to show you just a second ago, just about the ManyLeads. So that's how you download the ManyLeads. That's how you search up the folks that you're looking for. And once you find a niche, you're going to have to type in cities, generally in your area. If you want to work within your area, it doesn't have to be, because this is why you have a digital business or a digital company. You can help people, overseas if you want. And so when you do that, if they have an email, like I said before, you can contact them through email with email scripts that Kevin has provided for you, and some of the even phone scripts if they have a phone number, and cold call them, right? And if you can't do that, you'd be like, Tracy, take it to the next step, contact them by any means necessary, finding their LinkedIn, figuring out how to contact them on other offline platforms that they also live on. So that way you can also, make contact with them, because this is a contact sport, right? And what Tracy was able to explain was that, she's reached out in multiple ways, and she has now follow-up emails where she's planning to send out saying, hey, I know I reached out to you before, we were waiting for a response, and just kindly reminding to see if you were still in the running for having a conversation, and this way they know that you're serious, they know that you're about it, they know that you're organized, they know that you've already made contact with them before, and this helps with your conversion. So I'm really just excited to see what Tracy is going to be developing in the coming weeks, and what updates she'll have for us, because again, she's not no advanced user yet, but she's taking the right steps to get there. But the beauty of it is, even she as a beginner is able to take it to that next level just by taking that one step, contacting that one contact, writing that first email, and once you do it once, you can just replicate and do it again and do it again. And before you know it, you become a master at least finding, people to target, potential clients, and then also reaching out to them via email and all the other tactics we just talked about. Okay. Let me see what we got here. Let's see if we have any questions. Anything you want to add, Tracy? We're going to dive into questions a little bit and see if anybody has anything we can probably just touch base on.
When you download the CSV file, just make sure that you save it as an Excel spreadsheet. So that's one of the things from ManyLeads, to save it as an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's see what other questions we have here for folks. We got 80 people online. I love it, guys. Please don't forget to like this actual post as well, so that way we'll be able to know those of you who are here, and we can also put you in the running for the free book that we're going to be offering one lucky person during this live. So Nitin John, man, this is my guy. He always shows up on time. Hola, what's going on? Nitin John says, hey, Tracy. So even Kevin hopped in here saying, hey, Tracy. We have a few people saying, what's going on? Got my book. Awesome. Replay, not the replay yet. This is still live. And the one I wanted to get to here was Zaka Sayad. He says, I'm still a beginner and I have this question. Does it really matter what niche should I start with? Did you want to take a stab? I could take a stab at it first if you want, Trace.
I was just going to say, I think it does matter what niche you start with, because you want to go for niches where, they make money like relatively quickly and easily. So a dentist, they will have a lifetime customer from something like this in terms of digital marketing. If someone comes in and pays for a treatment, it could be just as much as it does to kind of cover the cost to hire us. So I'd say like dentists, plastic surgeons, those sort of companies that are already making money. Like the companies that I go for, like in the UK, we've got something called Companies House. And if you want to be really sneaky, you can go into Companies House, look at the company, look at their annual reports for their filing of their accounts to see what they've turned over. And that way you can check whether or not they can afford your service. If they can't afford my service, then I'm not going after them.
I love it. Yeah. So Zach, I hope that really helped you with what Tracy just mentioned. Cash-rich businesses is really what you want to target. You want to target the people that who bring in customers that pay the big bucks. And like she said, the medical niche is really nice way to get started with that. Dentistry, any type of like spas that you can, people have, constant reoccurrence or constant, customers coming back, because then their lifetime value of a customer is a lot more, and it's a higher possibility that they'll be able to handle, your fees as, their digital marketing personnel, which they don't have time for most of the time, but they know how valuable it is. And if they don't, that's your job to convey that information, right? To make sure that say, hey, you need this.
Also, companies that are already advertising. So I look for.
Oh, we just lost Tracy. But I don't know where she was going with that, with companies that were advertising. As soon as she pops up, I'll pop her back in there, which I see her now. Yeah, hold on, we'll get you in like 2 seconds. I see you. She's back, everybody. She's back.
Sorry. Yes, I was just going to say companies that are already advertising as well. So if you've got companies that are still listed in the yellow pages under your niche, I'd kind of reach out to them because they're already spending money on advertising. So it's easier to kind of move money than to create new money for advertising.
Yeah.
So those are sort of things that I think about.
Yeah, if they're spending their budget on things that you know it's not digital, they're a heavy potential for you because, like you said, they have an existing budget. All they have to do is just say, hey, you know what? We'll just use you for the next month and see how it goes, and decide to go with you or not. Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Tracy. Next one, it says Mr. L. Tucky. I think I said that right. I'm in my first week of the FBA course. I don't have a desktop, but I have one soon. What can I do or use in the meantime? I don't want to lose a great chance. So this is not FBA, but what you can do, I mean, if you don't have a computer or a desktop, I would go to your nearest library if you have access. You can even ask a friend, you know, if they have a laptop you can borrow for anything you could do, whether product research. But if you want to come in tomorrow, we'll be tuning in for FBA. So thanks, El Tucky, for being here. Obviously, we would love to have you, you know, for sure. But tomorrow is going to be the answer to your question. But yeah, just see if you can find your nearest library, or maybe have a friend who you can borrow a laptop from, because that'll be probably your best bet. All right. Let me see what we got here. Somebody's hollering your name saying Tracy. Tracy's a popular one. Let me see. All right. So Kurt Finley says, I want to get my friends involved. They are involved in franchises. They are very well off, but I am not so, but our close friends. Do you have any advice on what to say to them? It's hard to say to somebody who is more successful than you are. I mean, with that, I can see that can be a little weird, you know, approaching them, but don't let it be, right? One of the best things that I would say, you know, in your position, that people will probably rarely say no to free. And I know some people may feel differently about, you know, offering free services, which is fine. But one of the ways to get them in the door, that's the purpose of free. It's like when a lot of stores or any department stores offer you, you know, a free item just for walking in, that's just to get you in the door. And so with your friends, you can offer them, say, hey, let me handle this for about 2 weeks, see what I can do. And you don't have to pay me anything, but you just cover your ad spend. So that way you can kind of prove your worth as far as service wise, okay? Especially if you're brand new and you're starting and you want to get a leg up, that's gonna probably be your best way to get in there, to allow your friends to see and let your work speak for itself, okay? So Kurt, I hope that really does help you with that. I'm not sure if you have any other ideas, Tracy, with that, how you should approach that.
Approaching friends, yeah, I would say just offer to do a trial for them for a couple of weeks, just as you said, really, and just kind of let the results speak for itself.
Yeah, so perfect. All right, so this is when we had our sound on. People are saying, I can hear you now. All right, so let me see if we have any other questions coming down here. Everyone's saying the sound is good. that's music to my ears. We hear you both. Let me see. Yep, Lewis popped in and asked me to download ManyLeads. I wish I could, Lewis, but I was able to show at least an old search that I was able to do. But I was trying to log in my old account. It's all right, I'll log in there for the next one. Guys, I promise you, I'll show you the full length on how to do it. But I explained it, and hopefully you got enough from it. If not, I can show you again on a shared screen with my actual account to show you guys how to do it if you haven't seen that already.
I'm sorry about my IT with my, otherwise I could have showed you mine, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's all right. Yeah, next time we'll have Tracy on again. Tracy has loads of them that she could probably share a screen and show you guys exactly what she's doing. So that way, you know, right now she's on her phone, which is why sometimes they'll blip in and out, which is, you know, perfectly fine. We had issues before, but we got it solved. We worked around it. She got on her phone and we got her here. So no problems, no worries about that at all. Let me see. Andrea says, Andrea, Sorry, Andrea. Andrea says, how did you set up your cost from your services? That's a question that looks like towards you.
Okay, so my first client, I did a low cost kind of offering. So I offered to do it for like £400 a month. And that was just because I wanted the experience. I wasn't really driven by money. I was really driven by just being given the opportunity to kind of practice and use them as a guinea pig. Because prior to that, I think from since maybe about March, I've just been sharing the tools and the techniques of how to do Facebook advertising with companies and not charging at all. So once I became fully able to start charging, then I've charged a lower cost first. But then what I've done since then is I have another client that pays about 1,200 a month.
Nice.
And I've now done a bit of a structure whereby they can either pay a like month by month £1,000. I've done it over a 3-month period, where I think I've put it as 2,500 if they sign up for 3 months, just as a bit of a sweetener.
Yeah.
And for January, I've waived the setup fee, and I've positioned the setup fee at 497. And the reason I've done it like that is so that as I start to grow more clients, then I'll double the setup fee to 997, for example. But for
Amazing.
now, I just want to just kind of get the experience and get some results. And like, for example, today with the client that I'd set up a pixel for, in the last 30 days, they saw that they had like 6,500.
Oh, we just lost her right in between it. She'll pop up back in a second ago, but she mentioned that she used, and here she is again. She mentioned that she charged £400 on her first client. We're getting you in here, Tracy. No worries. You mentioned that you charged £400 for your first client, and for
Yeah.
those of you in the U.S., that's about $521 with current exchange rates. So about $500 or $497, however you feel is comfortable for you, just to get them in the door again. Yeah. So continue what you were saying. Hopefully you didn't forget.
So it was for them. It was just about getting results. So I got their pixel installed. They've now could see that they've got like 6,500 visitors to the website. So we can now look at starting to use that data. I sent it to like the owners, so they were like really happy with the results. They could see the chart because I kind of screenshot it. So it's really about just getting results and seeing like the value in what they've employed me to do.
Yeah.
In some ways. And you end up doing other bits and pieces for them as well, but at the same time it's about you exercising the digital side of things. So yeah, started low and then I'm just scaling up.
Amazing. Yeah. So I just love how you just kind of like followed the system. And did you implement anything on your own while doing this, or were you just literally following instructions you were given and like freestyling as you went?
I think you can always kind of make some things your own. What I did, I kind of started to do audits on their Facebook, like I'm any expert, but
On the road.
but I started to kind of audit what they had in place, and showing them what they could be doing. So where, for example, I met with a client on Monday, and she just needed some sort of direction on what she should have and what she could do. So I talked about having Facebook groups and the benefit of having groups and the benefits of engaging with customers and stuff like that. So there's sort of a lot of interest in building a social media platform and profile, but I've only focused on Facebook and Instagram because that's the platform I'm working on with the ads. So I don't try and get too creative. I'm not trying to go to Snapchat and TikTok and all this sort of stuff. I'm Facebook and Instagram. So if you can master those and help them to get better traction on that, then it all works.
All right. Awesome. So, and again, there's your answer, guys. I hope that really did help about how she kind of structured her way through it in the beginning. I'm sure there'll be more questions for you regarding that anyway. So Lon Manes is asking, is there the most popular? And I'm guessing they're talking about niche wise. How did you come up with your niche? How about that? That would be probably a better question for you to answer.
Because I love real estate, and I used to watch $1 Million Listings, New York. and, and I always said I wanted to, I want to sell property. So I actually did start a property company, and I was an off-market real estate agent independently.
Mhm.
And because of that, I understand the business, if you like. And as such, it opens doors for me when speaking to real estate agents about Facebook and how it could work. I know this type of prices that you can get for houses, especially luxury property in central London. It just makes sense for me to kind of go after that niche. I know that one sale could be 3 million, 5 million, 500,000,
Yeah.
whatever. So on that basis, if I can get really good leads, but in saying that, there's a commercial property dealer that I'm currently speaking with, and they kind of gave me a bit of pushback around, we're advertising with Rightmove and these other like Zillow, those type of
Yeah.
companies. And she was saying, like, I don't know if it's going to be the right platform for us because we're already getting poor leads. So then I went in on her, like, you wouldn't believe.
What did you tell? I'm just so curious. What did you actually tell her? Like, when you went in?
Well, I just started off with, Facebook is, it's got 44 million, users in the UK alone, and it's all about people. It's where people are going, to communicate. And it's not just about dogs and nice, fluffy, videos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. People are actually here to do business. I talked about, groups. I talked about how to use the platform. I talked about how we can create lookalike audiences. But I broke it down to her in a way that it was just like, okay, I need to speak to someone. So I will be speaking to her tomorrow to kind of follow up. So, yeah, I'll show you the email that I sent her. I couldn't believe it when I read it back myself. I was like, oh my God, did you really go there? And I was surprised myself with my knowledge. I couldn't believe it.
And again, what you're exuding, you're showing an example of confidence, guys. When you're writing these emails, you're reaching out to these people, you have to exude some level of confidence to let them know what you're talking about. Not cocky, but confidence, right?
Yeah.
Just letting them know that you know your numbers, you've done the research, you went on their website, you're not just, you're not just after the, never mention the fee before you talk to them.
No, I didn't talk about anything to do with fee.
Never mention the fee first, because you have to dive in. They have to know that the money is not your motive, that you're actually there to help them. Okay, that's very important. People can read that off the energy in which you speak, the language you're using, the words you're using, So, all right, we can go on for days with that. Let's move on.
But I think, but it's important that you do understand what you're doing, as well as, like, you don't want to just regurgitate what you've been told. You need to understand it. And I think that it's through that understanding, it's given me a lot of leverage when I'm speaking to people, that people kind of stand and think, actually, she knows what she's talking about. Even if I might be feeling a little bit nervous and like, oh my gosh, I'm still like, I'm kind of confident in what I'm saying to people.
Exactly. Awesome. So Dominic Sampson has a really good question that I just really eyeballed really quickly. For those of you guys still listening. So Dominic Sampson says, emailing from the MarketerMagic site is one thing I've been trying to get. It's not working for me, so I email them via my business email or via DMs. Okay. Well, if that's not working for you, you found a workaround. And I don't know what your responses have been, but hopefully you get responses back. I'm not sure if you've been using the MarketerMagic email. It's the built-in email system. You've been emailing them yourself?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, individually. So I mentioned that earlier to let you guys know that the option was available if you want to email them right then and there. All right. And if your experience has been other than good, just let us know what your experience has been. But the emails do get sent out. And just let us know if you found that people are responding, more with your personal email, or if they're responding directly with the website. It's all good, okay? Because we want to help make sure that you're having a really good experience as well with this. Let me see. We have Rory. Rory came in to ask a really good question. He says, "Hey Tracy, what approach do you take to follow-ups?"
Wow, that's a good question.
Well,
I should be doing more follow-ups in like realistically, in reality, I should be doing more follow-ups. However, what I have done, I did some follow-up this week, and I've just phoned them up and just said, hi, my name's Tracy, we spoke, and I always ask for the person's name, obviously, that I made contact with. And I say to them that, you know, I contacted you on such and such date. So I always go back to the email so I know exactly what day I contacted them, or I'll look at my spreadsheet to see what the last communication I had with them. And I remind them of the conversation. They're like, yeah, I remember you. And I just basically ask them if they've had any further thought on what we had discussed or what I had emailed. And the last one that I had, she said, "Oh, can you just email me again?" And I did, and she replied back to me. So I need to follow up with her basically tomorrow. Another one asked me to send them a proposal. One of them was, they thought it was a bit expensive for them because they were small estate agents. They were a small local one. So yeah, in some ways I don't want to discount my price, and that's why it's important for me to know that the company can afford the service, because at the end of the day, if they were employing someone, and that I used this on someone, I said, if you were employing someone to do this job, you would be paying them like minimum 25k 30k a year to do this. So to hire me to, you know, at £1,000 a month is nothing really in the grand scheme of things for what you're going to get. Yeah,
exactly. Be mindful of that too. That's correct that you brought that up about the you know, staying firm on your pricing, right? When you chose a price, stick to it, especially after you've done the beginning phase, gotten your initial testimonials and all. Get that. What was that?
My battery. I'm just going to move. Like,
okay, yeah, no problem. I'll continue to talk. You know, so, you know, she's going to plug in her phone in a second here. So what I'm saying, like, you know, being firm on your prices, right, and making sure that you're sticking to your guns, and also knowing this fact, this really helped me too. The same energy that you'll be doing for somebody that you offered a job for $450 for is going to be the same amount of energy you're going to be paying for a client or you're going to be doing for a client who's paying you $5,000, $10,000 a month, right? You know, unless you have packages that you're offering, but you're still doing the same energy. You're still emitting the same energy. You're still logging on your computer. You're still looking at metrics and analyzing data. You're still going to be getting information back to them. So why not just stick to the clients who can handle that type of you know, cash flow, that, you know, to pay, or a budget that they have to pay you per month to handle the digital marketing side of things. Okay, because like Tracy said, they would pay them 25 to 30k a year to do this, and you just doing 1,000. And some people say, I'm uncomfortable telling them, you know, $997 or $1,000 per month, but realize if they had to pay a person to do this on a daily for them, it would be triple that, right? And so you're offering, honestly, a deal at $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's what I use. Yeah.
Remember that. So awesome answer. I really appreciate that, Tracy. So David Smith says, you both rock, man. You rock too, my man. Thanks for popping in here. We have 83 people here. I think we hit 117, or is it 117 or 112 at one point here? So we're rocking it here. So Josie Price says, thank you for all the info. You're welcome. Rory is coming in with a question. He says, what is the lifetime value of a client? This is an important question. So to a business, so I have it here as well. It says the lifetime value of a customer, this is directly, or a customer lifetime value represents the total amount of money a customer is expected to spend in your business or your products during the lifetime. Okay, so during their lifetime. So it's important to know. So like a dentist, they're going to be continually coming back. That's what I'm saying. The lifetime value, they're going to be returning customers continually, because you're not going to be able, I guess you could, you might not have any teeth, but you could dodge your dentist, but you're going to need to come back, because that's how you keep the teeth healthy. And those are the returning customers for those type of niches. Same thing with doctors, same thing with those cash rich businesses that we were talking about. And you mentioned real estate, because they have really high ticket type sales and transactions that go on. You can benefit from those. Okay, focus on those niches. I can't tell you what you should go into. You should go in where you feel comfortable going into, but follow the cash, right, where it fits. Go ahead, Tracy.
Do you know what? I was talking to one of the members this week, and I was saying to him that because I'm a bit slow when it comes to ClickFunnels, yeah. But when I realized that you can, you know, with the ClickFunnels, you can kind of download their email addresses and their data. So I said to him, well, if you're doing it for real estate and it's for real high ticket sales, a mil plus or whatever, 2 million plus, what you could do is negotiate with them that they pay you 1%, a 1% fee for any lead that they bring you.
Nice.
So coming from real estate, it was a 2% fee that I would get paid or whatever. if I sold a property. So I was like, well, if you do it this way, you charge them £1,000, which is quite low end for what they will get if they make a sale.
Right.
And any lead that comes through you can negotiate, be it 1% or 0.5% or whatever. But either way, it's going to kind of scale, you know, the relationship that you've got, and you know it's directly come from your lead because they've fed through to your, you know, your database.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely. So that's awesome, guys. Tracy, can the people, if they have any questions, especially those who are just starting out and just being beginners, which is why I love that you're here, can they reach out to you through Facebook?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
We'll probably she'll probably be in the messenger. She'll put in her info so you guys can reach out to her with any questions. Again, likewise, myself and Rory and Lewis, anybody who's in the comment section you see on a regular, just reach out. If you're beginning, just starting, don't be scared, don't be shy. This is the community that we're building to make sure that you guys are feeling comfortable. Okay. The next question here is Rory again. He says, why is it so important to have a niche? Well, I can take a stab at it right now. When I first started, I remember when I was just all over the place, right? Just stabbing at different businesses in which to reach out when my partners and I started. And what happened was, it was just really hard I found out really quickly that it's better to dive deep into a niche where you can master, you can learn a lot more about, and you'll be able to sound a lot more knowledgeable when you're speaking to the person in that industry. If you spread yourself too thin and you're trying to reach out, you know, dentists and, you know, people who have landscaping companies, and then you're going to reach out to, you know, someone who, I don't know, sells milk to the houses, you know, drop off. It's just too many ways and too many directions. You're spreading yourself out too thin, too many different industries to keep track of, and the best ways to target their ideal customers. So if you stick to a niche that you know and you've been spending time learning about, what you're going to be figuring out really quickly is that you'll be really knowledgeable on that particular topic, right? And how you'll be able to know their ideal customers right off the bat. So the next person you find in that category, you'll be able to tell them, hey, you know, I can help you find these customers. I know what they're looking for. Your ideal customers are like this, or, you know, their lifetime value is this, and you can talk these numbers and they'll know that you know what you're talking about, okay? And that's it. So Roy says, he says, I feel like at this point I need to get clients, but I have $45 to my name and have to work Uber to keep me going each and every day. You know, unfortunately, this is, you know, you ever heard the phrase, it's darkest just before dawn? You're in that phase, that grinding phase, where you're grinding out through your personal storm right now, which I know many of us have gone out through our own storms, and I know Tracy as well. You know, none of us are perfect. We all have our own storms that we've been fighting through. And you're at the point now where you need to grind your hardest. Now, the one thing I can tell you that's gonna be encouraging is that the fact that you're here, the fact that you're asking that question, you're on the right path. Okay, I want to let you know that because that's really comforting to know that you're actually heading the right direction. What's scary is when you're going down a path, but you have no idea and nobody's letting you know whether you're going down the right path or not. The fact that you're here and I'm telling you this, that you're on the right path, you're doing great. You may have to continue doing Uber, okay, to continue getting that cash up to keep you afloat while you hustle every day from 5 to 9. You got their 9 to 5, and then you have your 5 to 9 or your 9 to 12. Whatever it is that you set aside for your business, but that time has to be 100% devoted to your business, because that's going to be your ticket out of doing Uber to keep yourself going. You have anything to add, Tracy?
I would say, like, first, with MarketerMagic, you don't have to buy like the whole legendary or the whole platinum package. You can just pay for ManyLeads, isn't it? From what I remembered going back when I first registered. So if it was a matter of accessing just ManyLeads to get leads for you to phone, you could do that. If that is still a problem, I would say that just use Google. And Google, I don't know, real estate agents in California, for example, or wherever the area you're in, and get your leads from there. Downloading the Facebook Pixel Helper on Chrome onto your desktop or your laptop, that's free. but that's what you'd use to check whether or not someone's got, you know, got a Facebook pixel installed or not. So you're not kind of going out there in the dark.
Yeah.
Also, using the scripts, you can send emails from your phone. Do you know what I mean? You can do it whilst you're out and about. There's always going to be a way around it, and everyone's kind of, well, I wouldn't say everyone. Most people's got their side hustle. Like, there's people that are way more advanced in this than myself, and that are doing really well. Obviously, there's some that's starting out, but don't let anything stop you. Like, there's always a way around it. As I said, Facebook Pixel Help is free. Googling is free. The $19 just for the ManyLeads if you wanted to invest in ManyLeads, and go out there as an independent sole trader, so you're not registered as a business. Just go under your own name and trade under your name until you get your first customer and kind of start kind of doing that, I'd say.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's amazing. And now, as you know, as we're talking, I see the questions are piling up. We're going to go through them as quickly as possible. Just give like 1 or 2 sentences. If you guys have any more questions, you let us know exactly in the comment section, and we'll get down to you 100%. So that question actually was from Gemini Cruz. Okay, so appreciate your question, my man, or she. Okay, this one's from Justin X Cornegay. He says, what is the best way to go about giving a customer a price for Facebook ads services? What would you say? What have you been doing?
So I always find out what their challenges are and what their needs are, and then I think about how that fits in with my service, and then I basically provide the solution to their problem using their own words.
And reverse psychology, I love it.
So then I do that, and then I show them, if it's a face-to-face situation. Sometimes I show them. So like a lady wanted me to post for her, for example, as part of the package, and I showed her an example of some posts and like how I structure them and the sort of things that I say.
Yeah.
And then she was like, that's exactly what I want, kind of thing. So you kind of make them hungry for it, and then they'll ask, like, okay, so what's the price? But I always call it the investment. I say the investment is, because it's an investment,
yeah, tweaking of words, it matters.
Yeah, so I'll say the investment is such and such and such. But as I said, with the setup, and I make it sound like it's got so much value as well. Like, I'm going to do this and this and this and this, but it's stuff that's not going to take you very long, like, really. So then I'll kind of say I'll waive that, and this is the price, and then I kind of go quiet, and I kind of leave her to kind of, or the person to kind of mull over it, and let them respond. And sometimes I ask them what's their budget, because I'm still in my earlies. Like, I say to them, what's your budget? And I'll give them an example. So like I said to someone, you know, I was paid £300 for to spend an hour with someone to show them how to, you know, how to run a Facebook ad.
Yeah.
So then I said, what's your budget? And she said £250. So she said she's going to pay me £250 for an hour to go through Facebook ads with her.
Hey.
It's not even Facebook ads. It was it's just Facebook itself, like how she can use Facebook.
But what you did was you capitalized on pretty much, you know, using the conversation, you know, against her, using her own words against it, which is again perfect with marketing. It's just you have it naturally in you. I don't even know how you know. I would love to sit in on one of your conversations. A lot of people will just learn from this. I'm serious, like, you know, just word gaming. So I love that. All right, awesome. So Justin, I hope that helps. That was you know, Tracy's, you know, 2 cents on that. Gemini Cruz says, how do you feel about reaching out to companies who do advertise but need to revamp it and do it right? Seems like some companies run ads, but the ads need work, and maybe the owner is doing it themselves. So yeah, I think you touched on this earlier about looking if they are already selling ads, or are they already paying for ads and running their own ads, that you can see the quality in their ads and where they're actually placing them, to see how you can then help them revamp. I guess what he's asking is, how do you approach them, and the words that you used with the clients that you found are running ads, but you wanted to let them know that, hey, you can do better?
I think that how I would approach it in this situation is that if they're using things like billboards or like one-way traffic, there's
Yeah.
no guarantee that they're going to get any interaction from that. Because, and it's when you think about positioning, or whether it's something that someone's going to drive past, like how do you know that someone's actually paying attention to it, because it's one way?
Yeah.
So I think that I would basically just sell the benefits of retargeting, because that's what MarketerMagic. That's one thing. That's what MarketerMagic really allowed me to do, was to have a niche within Facebook advertising. Because with retargeting, you've got a starting point, because Facebook ads is massive when you start thinking about split
Massive. Yeah.
screen. That is like so huge, and
Yeah.
it can be quite intimidating, and that's why a lot of companies find it difficult to kind of get their heads around.
Yeah.
So MarketerMagic allows you to focus specifically on retargeting, because you're starting with the pixel installation, and then
Exactly.
from the pixel installation, you're allowing them to kind of season the pixel. But it doesn't take that long, because I thought it was going to take me like 3 months for the pixel to like really season, but it's like taking like 2 weeks.
Yeah. If they have traffic coming in there and you're just now capturing that traffic, it's not going to take long.
Yeah. And I think like, and it seems like the website needs to have maybe like a pay element to it, like there's some action that has to be taken on the website for it to kind of work to its full effect in terms of retargeting. But once you get into it, it's really about then opening your knowledge base to kind of find out how you can work other types of ads. But in any case, with regards to adverts, if they're using advertising that is one way, it's redundant, like you just got to sell the benefits of Facebook as a platform, and then sell the benefits of Facebook for business as a platform, and then talk about the way that you can kind of do audience profiling and use audience insights to get real facts on the customers that they're going after. And do an example. That's what I did as well. I did that the other day. I gave an example to that commercial property customer, actually. And I said, well, I did a little quick search and I put in commercial property, and I could tell them where they're looking, what pages they like, what percentage of men over women are, I broke it down like that. So then they can't really argue that much with you after that.
Exactly. That breakdown matters because, again, you show confidence through the words you're using. And then, again, your energy, they know when you know what you're talking about based on the words you use and your voice,
Yeah, you got to get excited. Like, get excited about it.
Amazing. Yo, thank you so much for that answer. We're going to move on to the next one. Is going to be Dominic Sampson. He's asking, what days are the lives for MarketerMagic? It is every single Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No matter where you are in the world, find a world clock and figure out what that is. Of course, we're going to love having you guys up here. We still have 64 people up here live, and I love it, guys. I know it's 6:40. I'm going to speed through the rest of these questions here. Yeah, it's pushing. So this is what happens when we're having too much fun, right? So let's get down here. Everyone says live, hashtag replay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, Eon says hey, yay. I guess they were responding to some of the things you were explaining about how to do with the clients.
Thank you.
What is one new client worth to a real estate agent? I mean, damn, it depends, right? You already know that they're doing high ticket, listings. Usually it's going to be in the hundreds of thousands, especially depending whether, where the listings are, where they're at, in which state. But, that's how that's the lifeblood, is the sales for real estate agents. So if you can bring them leads, that's just going to mean the world to them. And especially if the leads are targeted and, they've gone through a phase or a series of questionnaires to kind of funnel through to see if they even qualify to be even, be able to meet with them, with the real estate agent. It's gonna be a lot. I can't give you a number, so to speak.
Wow.
But what was your experience? I know you've been dealing with the real estate agents.
Well, it depends on where you're looking. So again, if I compare it to London versus Essex, I don't know. But in London, if you're dealing with, say, Mayfair, Knightsbridge, those sort of areas, like properties can be valued at like 27 million, 15 million, 9 million, 8 million easily. So if you get in front of the right customer for them, and that customer turns into a lead, which then turns into a sale, But that £1,000.
Exactly. So
It just gets ridiculous. Like, I
it
want
can
my
get ridiculous
1%.
really fast. You know, it's exactly what you said. Yeah.
It depends. And even if you go into some of the rural areas, it's about having the right postcodes for those areas. So I don't know. I know there's an area quite close to me that their houses are going 2 million, 3 million, 3.5, 15 million easily. You know, and I look in Rightmove all the time, so I know the houses that have been there for a long time as well. So I'm telling you, if they have not got a pixel, I'm coming for them.
You're coming for them. I love it. As it should be. So Dominic says earlier with the question we asked, he asked about the using the MarketerMagic email system. And I had asked you about that earlier, but you email your people directly from your own email. So he says, thanks, Drew. I'm unable to use the feature of the email through the MarketerMagic site, which we'll check that out for sure to see if it's working. But I've had success with it, but I'm gonna see if what the issue is now, and we can figure that out. He said, but I've been doing well sending out emails via other options. Good luck. Yeah, awesome, man. I'm so happy that worked out for you. And again, he says, this is a very insightful live. I mean, I appreciate that. And again, thanks to Tracy for just being able to come out here and just sharing her experience, even as a beginner, and the moves that she's been able to make as a beginner with MarketerMagic. Look how many clients she's able to talk to, and her ability to reach out and organize her day to reach out to these clients. So it's been a massive day. Yeah, love it. You see, Kevin David says it's been a massive night. Yep. If you guys haven't, please follow our YouTube channel, and Kevin's posted it down here. YouTube channel that we have with all the replays that you have here that you're seeing, or if you missed anything, if you subscribe to that link down there, what's going to happen is that you'll be able to catch them whenever they do go live on YouTube if you missed the live. So you're not hunting for the replay on Facebook, because I know it's hard to navigate sometimes, but YouTube will have everything in order, listings from the date that we go live, and then go live literally that week. All right. Let me see what else. If we have any other questions coming up. Thank you so much, Tracy, for your time. I know I said it's going to be an hour.
Fine.
So he says, Dominic says, the hustle is strong with you, Rory. Rory is hustling, of course. Let me see what else we got here. Let me see, Gemini, Cruise.
It's really fun. You have to make it fun, you know.
You do. Hey,
Yeah,
you
got to enjoy it, because otherwise, like, when the chips are down and you're not getting the results you want, it's just disheartening. But if you're kind of having fun with it, you don't feel it, kind of thing. Like, I don't know, you just got to have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't have fun, it's no different than a 9 to 5.
Yeah, and it's not bad.
So Gemini Cruz says, reach out to Tracy, and of course, I'll be taking I'll be talking to you just a bit later.
No problem.
Yep, and then I'll be hitting you guys too with talking to my affiliates over here. Gemini Cruz giving the all right thumbs up. Awesome. Says 10 clients at a lifetime value of $1,000 equals $10,000 to a client. Yes, that is exactly correct. If the lifetime value is $1,000 per client, 10 of those equals $10,000, which is potentially what you can make per month or more, which I'm very aware of people who are already doing that exact number. And again, if you have 10 clients doing 5K, it's $50K per month. And again, you can do the math for higher numbers. Let me see what we got here. Here you go. That's what I was just mentioning earlier. Dominic Sanson says, using the word investment instead of your payment makes a big difference, because I feel like it psychologically lets them know, like, okay, this is for me. An investment, by definition, is it's going to help for me to do better at whatever it is I need to do. So that's why I loved when you said it's amazing. Amazing.
It's an investment though, because they're going to get a return on their investment. That's the aim.
Awesome.
Get a return,
And we're coming down to the last view. Oh, I love it. I love it. As a rule, Kevin just put in some nice little quotes. As a rule, ask questions and get them to close themselves. That is exactly what you mentioned, using their words in the closing phrases that you're using, awkward silences, letting them answer their own questions, and not interrupting their thinking during that time. So, yo, thank you so much, Tracy. That was all the questions that we have. And
You're
Kevin
welcome.
says just a massive thank you to us tonight, which we appreciate, of course. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and do the like this post so that way more people will be able to see it. If you missed this, but hashtag replay so people can catch it on the replay. We'll also have this being posted up on YouTube. We've been building that YouTube channel, so subscribe there. On a link is inside of the comment section. Last but not least, guys, I want to say this and then we'll end, is that if you guys want to find out how you can get MarketerMagic to pay for itself, you heard me correct, pay for itself, what you can do is be a part of the success. Down below, I just put that down there. If you want to be part of the success, MarketerMagic is blowing up insanely, and you guys are in the early phases of MarketerMagic. MarketerMagic is going to take the world by storm. Just like major companies you're aware of, like ClickFunnels and ManyChat, they all started at a smaller scale, and then they built up really quickly because they knew the needs in the market. And so MarketerMagic does the same thing as well. And so if you guys want to hop on the bandwagon and spread the word for those of you who are currently using MarketerMagic, or say, hey man, I don't know if I have this, I don't know if I can pay this per month. If you become an affiliate for MarketerMagic, what you can do then is when somebody buys the software through your link, you'll be able to get paid back a percentage. I believe it's 50%, if I'm not mistaken, per month every time that they're making a payment, and every time that they stay a customer per month, you get a kickback per month. All right, so if you get enough customers, you'll have, for sure, if you get like 3 customers, it'll be enough to pay your subscription for MarketerMagic. Therefore, that's how you get MarketerMagic to pay itself. We'll have more information about those of you who are interested in affiliating for MarketerMagic and just simply spreading the word, hey, this is what I use, and having people sign up under your link. If you want to know how to do that tastefully without sounding salesy and pushy, Rory and I will be coming up with a series of videos on showing you how to do that. And so that way you guys can become, without any hitches, on how to share the news of MarketerMagic, so way you can benefit from the software that you're using, okay? So I want to thank you guys so much. Tracy, you especially. Guys, give Tracy a hand for just being here, being available for us. Until next week, we're going to be again here next Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow we have Amazon FBA for those of you guys who are interested in that. I know somebody was. And then we have Shop and Spec, which we're going to continue our Build Along series and such next week when we have everybody in-house. So with that being said, leave a comment if you haven't already. Thank you so much. And
Thanks for inviting me on.
Of course. Yeah,
Bye.
anything. And we'll have you back again. So I want to thank you, okay?
No problem. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.